Have you guys ever wondered what is pi in base pi? Well, to figure that out, we have to construct the base pi system. So to construct a base number system, we first start out with 1, then n squared, then n cubed, and so on. So when n equals 10, for example, we'd have 1, then 10, then 100, then thousands, and so on. And here is the base 10 system. So 10 in base 10 is just 1, 0, because we have 1, 10, and 0, 1s. And 21 in the base 10 system will be 2, 1, because we have 2 10s and 1 1s. So for base pi, n is just pi. So we have 1, then pi squared, then pi cubed, and so on. So pi in base pi is just 1, 0. So you can see that pi has a finite number of digits in the base pi system. Now, what is 1 in base pi? Well, 1 in base pi is just going to be 1, because we have 1 1s. And then 2 in base pi is going to be 2. 3 in base pi is going to be 3. But 4 in base pi won't be 4, because we have to always use the greatest number possible. And 4 is greater than pi, so we have to start off with 1 pi, and then 0 1s, and we have to start using the decimal places. So how does that work in base pi? Well, it's pretty simple. We're going to have 1 over pi squared, 1 over pi cubed, and so on. So what's 10 in base pi going to be? Well, to do that, you have to write out 10 in terms of pi, in a series of pi. And here is the formula that relates 10 to pi. So 10 in base pi, well, we're going to have 1 pi squared, and then we're going to have 0 pi's, 0 1s, 0 1 over pi's, and then 1 over pi squared. So this means that 10 in base pi is going to be 100.01, and so on. So we see that 10 has an infinite number of digits in the base pi system. So it kind of flips when we switch to an irrational base. Problem though is that we can choose a different series for pi. We can write out it's a different series for 10. We can write out 10 like this right over here. And in this case, 10 can be written as 3 pi's, 0 1s, 1 over pi, 2 1 over pi squared. So we can write 10 in 2 different ways in the base pi system. So this is the problem with the base pi system. There's a redundancy here. Not all values are going to be unique. You don't see this with any integer-based number system. Like for base 10, for example, 21 can only be written like this. We can't say we have like 21 1s, right? We can't write 21 as like 100s and then 3 1s or anything. 21 is going to be a unique number in the base 10 system. But for base pi, we're not going to have any unique value for these numbers anymore. So we should be thankful that we don't have a pi number of fingers. A good thing to note here is that pi is still irrational in the base pi system, because pi still can be written as a fraction of integers. So even though we can write pi in a finite number of numbers, pi is still irrational. So thanks for watching, and have a great pi day. Bye.